Clippers be making fake captions for no reason. I actually haven't fully watched this yet, but I already know just based off the caption
I'll be
what it's
taking
talking
a little
about.
break from stream. I want to spend time with my beautiful black family, who I love very dearly. I want to give back to the homeless. I'll be back soon,
Okay.
so just wait for me, all right? I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.
Wow, he's so articulate.
Mark says he will slap anyone with a black family. Okay, this is pretty correct so far.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
Hey, big fan.
Oh, hey, appreciate
Wait
it, man.
until you said that shit on stream.
Oh, man, I gotta do it. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, so you gotta do that.
Yeah, I gotta do it, bro.
You
What
got
mean?
to.
I got to.
Like, on God, you gotta do that shit.
On God, I'm gonna do that shit.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, okay,
Hey,
bet.
slap me.
So slap me.
Oh, you don't understand clip culture, bro. Like, so this is what they just be putting
So
captions on
stupid.
shit, huh?
You don't understand clip culture? Oh, so I'm stupid. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty spot on to today's like streaming era, bro. If you're unaware, this skit is just based on the massive amount of fake clips, fake captions, and out of context clips that have just been circulating and generating millions of views on pretty much every platform, right? So the first thing I really want to get into is, let me just state this. I've been watching Twitch for 10 years. If you do not know me, I'm Sauce, and I'm a fucking internet DJ, I'm gonna be honest. I literally watched clip culture get generated and created in front of my eyes. So the fact that we're even in an ecosystem like this is pretty interesting to me. So the first thing I actually want to get into is a post by Devin Nash, who is honestly just a genius when it comes to Twitch or anything streamer related. And it is a post about Kick's official Clipping X Kick like analytic breakdown here. So as you see, this is just within a month time frame. Clavicular, one of the most fastest growing streamers of all time, and definitely the fastest growing of this current era. 2 billion views in a month on Clavicular clips. 70,000 videos and 1,600 clippers. Mind you, I've been on a Clav stream just to check him out, right? He averages like 10K. So the fact is, that would mean like 10% of his active viewer base are people trying to make money and generate clips from him, which is honestly hilarious. And Devin Nash says here, if you understand this chart, you understand the state of live streaming in 2026. You can propel any influencer to high viewership regardless of content quality by tricking algorithms into featuring them. Now, this is one of the reasons that clipping culture is so strong at the moment. If one guy is getting a decent amount of videos made about him, then it is not hard for the algorithm to think, wow, we need to boost more of that guy because that is keeping people on our platforms. Now, I'm not here to talk about this directly, but it does really explain how we even got to the fake clips in general. So what is going on is, originally and still to this day, which is, there's this massive business model of people making discords and pretty much incentivizing and paying a lot of people to go out and make clips. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, the rates are pretty good. I've seen the rates. Actually, I myself have even tried to do the clipping thing for a little bit. I was during the Face Upathon. I made a couple clips. I ain't gonna lie. I had some motion for like a second, and it's just not hard to do. I'm gonna be honest. It's really not hard to do if you know how to make a TikTok in general. But the problem is, a lot of the things on TikTok are now, I think they're real. But I think the main problems are over here on Twitter specifically. So if we go over, right, this is probably one of the biggest, worst, degenerate, but I mean, he labels himself as Degen Clips, so like, how mad can I be? This guy generates probably the most fake clips and generates the most fake outrage of all time. So streamer clips every day. And this is what I mean by these kids are making fucking money. He has only 16K followers, which, I mean, 16K, that's substantial. It's more than what I have. But sponsored by RainBet.com. And I mean, it seems like anybody and their mother that does anything that makes society worse can get sponsored by RainBet. So this clip, if you just read the caption, and you don't really pay attention to the clip at all, Duke Dennis reveals he only made $12K a month when he started streaming, says he understands smaller streamers because he was once in the same place. Let's see what he's really talking about, though.
All the smaller creators out there, I would like y'all to know that I feel you, bro. I understand. A lot of y'all had a hard time adjusting to the fast pace, you know what I'm saying, feel, given the fact that y'all wasn't used to being around all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Now, where does he mention money in this clip at all? He doesn't. You know why? Because he was never talking about how much he makes, right? He was never saying he only made $12K a month. I'm sure Duke Dennis is very aware that he is in a blessed situation and would not make a statement like this. Now, I'm pretty sure this clip's context is likely him talking about Streamer University, where there was a lot of small streamers in a fast-paced environment around actual big streamers as well. But if you scroll down, instantly you have to notice the 1.3 million views, the 3,000 likes to 700 bookmarks. Now, you would think maybe 3,000 likes isn't that much or whatever, but in a bubble of streaming, I'm sure quite a few people have seen this clip, right? You go down, and then, I ain't gonna lie, people who have never worked anything outside of streaming have a big delusion of income. This guy, Duke, was broke in the army. Alright, I don't think he was broke. My fault, Duke. But this nigga was in the army, living out of an apartment complex, uploading 2K videos. What are we talking about? Bro, 12K a month starting, he didn't come up the hard way. 12K is a lie. Only 12K. Yeah, and then you just have other clip pages and just thousands and thousands of idiots who don't really care for context, nor even watch the videos they're talking under, just making statements, right? It is just kind of sad because it doesn't even stop there. Like, I mean, there's hundreds of quote retweets of people saying the same thing. LMAO, no way he is this out of touch. I don't think he is, gang. I think he's very understanding. And then only 12K, only 12K, and he made 200K a year, only 12K, only 12K. And it just farms thousands and thousands and thousands of idiots who don't actually know what they're talking about. And to me, this is sad to see. I'm going to be 100% honest. I think this is very, very dumb. Like, I'm going to be honest, not only that, but I see this guy's impressions, right? This guy could literally make more money on TikTok uploading regular funny clips than he would posting on Twitter, because Twitter does not pay. That's why he's got the RainBet sponsor. But honestly, just go on TikTok and make regular clips. Not only would that just be easier, because you can make like 10 clips in one stream, but you don't have to try to make up fake out of context captions about things that were never really said in the first place. Now, a thing that makes this even worse is that streamers already get a negative reputation in general, just from existing, just from their job title alone, right? Being a streamer honestly has a negative connotation at this point, and this does not help. It doesn't help at all. But the worst part is, you can hate streamers for 100 reasons, I feel like. You know, I think there are a ton of different streamers, or, you know, just things that streamers and content creators do in general that I would understand if you did not like. But to generate hate over things that were never said is just a far worse problem. But if you've been on the internet pretty much ever in your life, you know that negativity works, and it is honestly way stronger than positive posts. Let's say there was a game that just came out. If I make a video on that game saying this is the best game ever, it's going to perform half as well as if I made a video titled this game blows, everyone refund it. Like, think about how many YouTubers you just don't ever see on your feed, and then all of a sudden they upload a video titled like I quit or I can't do this anymore, and all of a sudden that video outperforms their last like 50 videos. It's because people want to see why you feel this negative energy, right? But with clips like this specifically, let's say this was like Duke Dennis saying he was like, you know, loves helping out small streamers. it doesn't generate as many replies and quote retweets because people would just be like, oh, that's cool, and they would scroll away. But because they believe he's saying something that goes against what they would think in his position, they feel the need to speak on it, which obviously the algorithm will always reward engagement. Now, this is a Jason the Wing clip, and Jason is probably one of the biggest victims of like just getting hate farmed or just parasocial relationships in general. And he believes even that fake news is the most toxic part of streaming.
But like how annoying some of the streaming culture can be. In your opinion, what's the most toxic part about that space right now?
Clip pages nowadays, especially on Twitter, TikTok, they're paid by these Steak or Dollar Tree. They put false captions and stir this narrative about whether it be me or a different streamer.
They put fake captions and stir narratives. Like, it's pretty sad that he has to even talk about this in the first place. But at the end of the day, what can you do, right? This is not some new development. Fake news lines, fake clips, fake videos have been circulating on the internet for a very long time. However, it's a little bit different when you're just straight up affecting people's real life, day-to-day, just like quality of their life. But this is different than like some other, fake post about, certain media or certain celebrities or things like that. Because these guys are not like regular celebrities. These influencers, they do sit on their phone all day, like off stream. Like, they do see the clips that are being posted, right? Their friends, their family, they see these things and they send it to them. And I think Jason is one of the better examples of this. And not to, advertise my own video here, but I made a video recently about how Jason was pretty much getting stalked, and pretty much it was entirely people tracking him in real life, right? People were tracking him, doing all they could to figure out little bits of personal information that he wasn't really trying to reveal, mainly because of his relationship with another person. The correlation being that bigger clip pages were trying to farm like, stories about his relationship with another female streamer, and at the end of the day, all that did was breed parasocial fans that wanted to know every little intricate detail and what was really right and really wrong. But what comes with that is just a lot of weird things, like getting stalked, people tracking your location, people tracking your Spotify history to figure out where you're driving to, and things of that nature. And at the end of the day, I feel like this is a problem that just needs to be addressed. And I feel like, I don't know, just the community of people that watch Twitch should be way more aware about this. I'm not honestly sure what could be done. I don't think much could be done because the people sponsoring these things have a ton of resources and a ton of money. And they've pretty much created a literal market for this. But at the end of the day, I do think it's just a good thing to shed light on. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.